to Two Beards Podcast. I'm Nick. This is Levi, and we got some more Fresh Hop for you.
You know, it's a little late, but it's kind of our Halloween episode.
Yeah,
Except
that's true.
It's releasing after Halloween, and just one of us dressed up today.
I don't know if this is going to be an insult to me or if a very lame attempt of Levi dressing up.
No, it's an insult to you.
Okay, go ahead.
You just look like a, basic fall bitch today.
Oh, I guess.
I mean, you don't got Uggs on, but did you wear your Crocs?
I wore my Crocs.
So for Nick, it's a basic fall bitch.
Down. It's fucking winter, man. This is my winter outfit.
Like even your hoodie strings are uneven. It just looks like you were just like...
I'm self-conscious about that. Thank you for bringing it up. I hate when that happens.
It looks like you woke up today and we're like, yeah, it's autumn.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's 100% what has happened. Except, again, it's winter. And fuck this. What are we drinking today? If they can't read the box that I so perfectly adjusted and then now just moved. Because it was in my fucking way.
We are drinking one of my favorite series of beers or series of Fresh Hop beers, I should say. Actually, probably one of my favorite beers just in general.
I'm with you.
The Fields Ferment Fresh Hop. When we first experienced it was last year. I don't know if they did it before, but they did a couple different versions featuring a couple different hops. This version in the year 2020 is Centennial and Sabro, and I'm not sure if they're going to do another version like they did last year. Who knows?
Don't know.
But we got Centennial and Sabro.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Seen more Sabro this year.
Yeah.
Like recent.
You know, that happens. I'm with you. Well, Sabro and Wakatu we're seeing a lot of, which is random.
Give me more Wakatu, man.
I'm not mad.
Bring it.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I can't remember if the Centennial were from them, but bare minimum, I remember him saying the Sabro. They picked up from Double R hops. So I can't remember the Centennial, but at least Sabro. That's what's in here. So.
My advice.
Okay. Before I drink.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you're thirsty. Because I've had a few of these. Drink it quickly.
Okay. It's very herbal. Very herbal.
Yeah. So the problem is with the herbalness and the texture.
Okay.
At least in my brain, it's got the soapiness going on.
Oh yeah,
especially when it gets warmer.
I can already see that this could go that direction.
Yeah, and
I can already tell.
So
that sucks.
It does. It doesn't hit there with me when it's cold like this. Delicious.
Right.
Love it.
It's when it warms up.
Herbal, orangey. It's great.
Yeah.
Warms up. It's like it's off.
That sucks.
So.
Sucks. Yeah, no, this is great. This is wonderful. Very herbally, but it's not like a sweet herbal. It's a nice hoppy, bitter herbal.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. I don't think we've had really any IPAs along these lines lately.
Yeah, and
not personally.
And not to say that this doesn't have its citrus notes, but it's definitely not. It's definitely hop forward and herbal and everything. So
yeah, I like it. This is nice.
And not earthy, not like the Seven Seas, like dirt.
No,
Yeah. So.
Dodo. Centennial and Sabro, they say there's 2-row pale, Munich, and white wheat malts in here.
Wow.
Yeah. Little fun facts for about the beer. 6% 50 IBUs.
Fields of Ferment exemplifies this adventure and represents a colossal collaboration between the brewery and our hop farmers. Who gave this person a dictionary to write this? Brewing is the craft of blending science with artistry, then introducing the mystical.
Yeah, someone went to synonym.com and had a time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 100%. Yo, chill. It's just beer. I understand what you're going for, but
We collaborate with local hop farmers, and this beer is pretty good. Like you could have just said that.
yeah, just you're beating around the bush. Just getting a little too handsy with the words is all.
The hops aren't really a bush. You're beating around the vine.
You're beating around the vine.
Hops are cool, man. You should look up how hops grow if you're not familiar. They're an interesting plant.
And like the flower, like the actual hop, looks cool as shit too.
Yeah, it's like a artichoke.
Yeah, a tiny green pine cone.
Yeah. Like whenever I see chinar, I've never had chinar, but whenever I see it, I'm like, is that hop? And I'm like, no.
I've never heard of it.
Chinar is another aperitif, kind of like a aperitivo,
Makes sense.
Campari kind of liqueur. Probably Italian. Yeah, it is Italian.
Made
confirmed.
from an artichoke?
Made from artichokes, and so yeah, this guy right here kind of looks like a hop.
It does kind of look like a hop, especially
Like at quick glance, right? You're
and it's like in its like cartoonish form.
Mhm.
You know, some people draw hops kind of wide like that.
yeah,
So I said that very gross.
yeah. I wasn't gonna comment.
I'm not even from Chicago anymore. What's the matter with me? I should be saying hops. Haps from Chicago.
Got my bag of haps.
No, gross. If anyone says big,
I gotta worship.
fucking punch them in their fucking face. Get out of here. So I'm curious about that
And
cocktail.
wash it down with a glass of milk.
Yeah, milk, not milk. You
Milk.
fucks. Jesus. I'm curious about that cocktail that I sent you from Lagunitas. They utilize their little hop soda thing. Like, I'm curious. Like I said, not fall. It's not fall. I'm just saying I'm curious. What? Because I'm actually unfamiliar with a couple of things here. What the fuck is pisco?
Hold on, let me.
Sounds like piss.
Hold on, let me pull it up here.
And the way they garnish it with the hop, it looks cool too.
Yeah, and they have good ice. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
I actually don't really like you got to garnish with the hop, but I don't like how they did it.
No.
Oh, so interesting. I didn't actually look at the ingredients until now.
Okay.
I imagine it might be pisco.
Piss.
Okay.
Co. Like piss and
Pisco.
company.
It's a type of brandy,
Oh.
fermented fruit. So it's. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I've never had it, but I know what it is.
When it actually
Yeah.
a pisco. Pisco? I think it is pisco.
Yeah, the pisco sour.
Pisco
yeah.
sour I've heard of.
Yeah, me too.
But that
I've never had it. I've wanted to. It's like a
brandy kind of.
fermented wine
Mm.
or distilled wine or something. I don't know. I guess distilled makes more sense.
Yes, it does. Spiced
but-
pear liqueur.
That was what I was going to comment on because I think if I remember our episode on the hop refresher, we actually compared it to pears.
Did we now?
I think so. I think we said this is very pear-like.
I'll go back and look at that if maybe.
Um,
Like I say, I think it might be pretty good.
I
I don't think it's super fall. Maybe the spiced pear liqueur adds more fall to it than I'm thinking, but
I think
I don't know.
I think it's probably fine. I don't really see it as like a good. I'm with you in that I don't see it really as fall inspired.
No.
Like maybe early September when it was still hot.
Yes.
This fall, no.
No. Definitely not happening.
I want something a little hearty. Not it for me.
For a while there, we just named the episodes without the beer. That was stupid of us.
So you should be able to search
Yeah, you're right.
and
Lagunitas. What's this? Nope.
were you?
What's 6969696969? There it is. All right. Oh, that's awkward. Didn't do a good job at this.
This was before. This was like old, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's old, and we didn't write anything about it. We just didn't give a shit.
that doesn't surprise me either.
I think both of us were very let down that it wasn't very hoppy at all.
No.
Like there was 0 hops flavor, and so we were just so disappointed.
Especially when they say it's chock full of Citra, Equinox, and Centennial hops, as well as some natural flavors.
Yeah,
Like I'm just like excited, and then it's not really.
It's not. It's really just like soda water.
And
A little bit of flavor.
But I do think I remember being like it's kind of reminding me of pears, so it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure the drink is fine.
sure, probably.
I'm not gonna make it.
A lot of things to buy just for that.
I'd get the Pisco, whatever that is, and try that sour. I'd be interested in that. I'm not gonna do the spiced pear liqueur or whatever that. I'd use it just for that.
That's what I'm saying.
Never again.
Same with the what do they call it? Hop refresher or whatever.
Yeah, I would just we don't even enjoy those.
It's gross.
So not gonna do that.
Nope. So this is
Actually, I do know that I remember pear because we were in Tejas and we were at a beer garden, German style beer garden, and Elizabeth was wanting to get a hard seltzer.
Yeah.
And she just said seltzer, and the guy was talking about their seltzers, and he brought up that they have the hoppy refresher, and she was like, "Oh, that sounds good." I'm like, "That's not what you want. It's not alcoholic, and it tastes like pears."
Yep.
But I remember saying that.
Yep.
So
yeah.
funny.
Sad that when you say seltzer, someone thinks you don't want alcohol.
Well, and then she didn't get an alcoholic one.
What's the matter with her?
And then she said exactly that. She's like, "We're at a beer garden, and I said a seltzer. How does he not know?" And I'm like,
why didn't you fucking ask?
"Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it was 100% her fault."
Yeah, right. She drank her seltzer, I'm sure.
Well, we got a new one, but yeah.
Oh. Did he open? Because that's what sucks too, is a lot of times they open it before they bring it to you.
They did.
Sucks.
I think he said, I think he said it was like just a normal seltzer, so it wasn't a big deal. I don't remember
Okay.
if we paid for it or not. It doesn't really matter.
Right, yeah, it was like a couple bucks, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just like not a big deal.
No.
And
No.
when you go out with Elizabeth,
You expect to pay a lot of money for one drink.
that, and then you also, those things happen. How did they just not read my mind?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know.
Weird.
It's strange how they didn't know what you meant, but knew what you said.
So weird. It was pretty good. I'm liking this. But I definitely like what you said didn't ruin the beer for me.
Yeah, but now it's on your mind.
But it's on my mind where I'm like, gotta hurry up.
See, I didn't want to ruin it for you, but
You also didn't want me to have a bad time.
and I want you to suffer with me.
Oh, okay.
Because now I've actually experienced the bad soapiness. So now
Right.
it's like
That's fair.
I got to work through it in my brain.
I get it.
When you have this notion in your mind about something, have you ever dreamed about like a conversation with someone and it pisses you off, and now you're pissed off at that person when you woke up? It's like Inception.
No. But it happens to Renee all the fucking time.
I'm guessing towards you.
Once or twice. Well, she'll tell me, she'll be like,
I'm pissed at
fucking
you.
pissed at you,
nothing that you did.
but I'm not. She's like, it was a dream, but I woke up pissed at you.
Yeah.
I was like,
no, I've experienced that.
all right.
It's odd.
It's a very weird
because on some level your brain like created this scenario in your subconscious and like created like those neurons fired and triggered those emotions in you, like even though it's not logical and it didn't happen, your brain still feels like it happened.
Now you know what it feels like to be a woman. You
Sure.
feel a way, even though it's not logical.
Sure.
That's neat.
If I felt things, then yeah.
Sure, of course. Yeah. Of course. Naturally. How quickly I forget that.
But it is odd. It's an odd experience.
Dreams don't make sense to me at all. I don't know.
Do you dream often, or do you like perceive that you dream often? Is probably the best way to put it.
You're right. I was gonna say, because technically, yes. No, I did a lot more as a kid. When I was younger, I would all the time, and when I was actually really young, I had like nightmares all the time, I'd be like waking up, like crying my eyes out, go to my parents' room, and then the next night or the next day, they'd be like, "Do you remember coming to my room last night?" I'd be like, "Nope." Like, well, you were freaking the fuck out, so I don't know how you forgot that. Like,
what do you want me to do?
I'm sorry. I don't tell you. I'm sorry that I woke you up, but I slept great. Yeah. It is such a weird. Just like, I don't know, the fact that your mind can be doing something and you're not aware of it in general is super fucking weird. I mean, you could even just take being like drunk, for instance, right? Where the next day you're like have no recollection of something, and that's it's like fucking it's fucking scary.
It's trippy.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't dream often, but when I do dream, they're like very lucid.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah.
That's interesting.
Because I like the only time that I can actually recognize that I'm dreaming is when I am like going through like my crazy insomnia stuff and I'm not sleeping well. And so usually I'm just like in bed, like half conscious, half not.
Right. Well, yeah, and it's like that. Those are the times that you realize it is like when you're aware, and those are the times that you can like make whatever you want happen.
Yeah, or like I'll move my arm in my dream, and I'm like moving my arm and like in my bed.
I've done, so it's really weird is I actually, this kind of happens often now that you just brought this up. I'll have a really weird feeling of I'm falling right before I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like it's almost I like jerk up and I'm like, I am not falling. I'm in my bed. Everything's fine. But it's always like it's like a dream, and it's right before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I
it's in that weird
out.
state of like you're not yet asleep, but you're not awake either.
Yeah, I have this weird like
if Renee was there and she asked you a question, it would kind of wake you up, but you could still like answer that question.
No, I think I'd be even too gone for that.
You think so?
Yeah. But it's this weird thing where it's like I don't even know if I would call it a dream. It's like everything's black, like I'm more or less asleep, but I just had this feeling
feel like you're falling.
I'm falling.
Interesting.
And all of a sudden my eyes open and I'm like, holy shit. I'm fine. That's super weird. So yeah, so I guess that actually happens, I would say, relatively frequently. Maybe like once a month, maybe.
You're like 3 or 4 times a day.
Kind of frequent. Probably like once a month, something like that. So it's like often enough where it's like, this happens.
It's a thing.
Yeah. So weird. Just like, flinching in general, it's like what causes that, right? Because there's no like physical, it's all this like subconscious mental shit that's going on, right? Because there's no like physical stimulation that's happening.
Correct.
It's so weird.
I mean, like even if you flinch because something's about to hit you, right? Like all that's mental. There's no
That's true.
Physical stimulus.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like, doctor bangs your knee and you give a little kick, like compared to something like that where it's like that isn't like a mental thing. He physically made you do that. I did that to Renee. I don't know what got us on it, and she's like, I don't do that. Doctor tries every time, and I don't kick my leg. I'm like, yeah, fucking right. Get up on the counter. I fucking hit her knee and she moves her leg and she's like, oh, like, yeah, motherfucker. What are you talking about? It's a reflex.
Yep.
Like everyone's body does that unless there's something wrong with you.
Like me.
Right. Exactly. Something wrong with you.
My left knee is fucked.
Exactly. Probably don't have a reflex reaction.
I do, but you have to be like you have to hit it in the right, like exact right spot on my left knee because I have my weird like shin bump thing.
Oh yeah. Makes sense. Crazy.
But yeah.
How so you were saying you kind of like go through phases of not being able to sleep?
Kinda. They're not like I can't. I like. There's no like time thing.
No, yeah,
right?
not saying you're on
yeah.
a schedule for it.
Yeah.
I just mean like it's
Yes, they're
okay.
like bouts of bad insomnia versus like just
Gotcha.
normal insomnia.
So it's always there. It's just a matter of how
Yeah.
bad it is.
Exactly. There's like
Shit.
functioning on 5 to 6 hours of sleep like a normal person, relatively, and then I say relatively because I can't really get more sleep than that.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you
And-
fall asleep, or you can fall asleep relatively easily. Do you just not stay asleep? I'm sure sometimes
So-
you have difficulty falling asleep.
Yes,
but
when my insomnia is the worst, I'm really bad at falling asleep, and I don't stay asleep for very long.
yeah,
Most of the time I can fall asleep relatively easily,
yeah, it's just a matter of staying
especially when I'm exercising, like right now.
asleep.
I can fall asleep easily,
Right.
but now my issue is I wake up pretty early.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm hit like as soon as I hit like 5 hours of sleep or something, I'm up.
Right. I wouldn't put myself on that spectrum or in that category whatsoever, but I have noticed that like it's not normal to wake up a shit ton when you're asleep. Like you're pretty much supposed to just stay asleep.
Yeah,
Like people do wake up, but it's usually just like once or twice.
sure.
And even then a lot of times people don't remember waking up.
Yeah.
But so after getting the Apple Watch, I've used one like third-party app, and then now I've used Apple has a native app, and which it sucks asshole. The native app's fucking terrible. There's like zero information on there. But I wake up a shit ton in the middle of the night.
Allegedly.
I mean,
Like, do you remember it? Like, because I don't trust the watch thing.
well, for sure. I mean, the watch thing is probably my guess is the combination of your heart rate and then your movement. That's really all it can track. That would, and technically
Yeah.
when you are asleep,
Yeah,
You don't move.
It's not like it does track like REM cycles
mm-hmm.
because of that, but I
Right.
don't think it tracks like conscious versus
Totally,
unconscious.
totally. And so,
Like I think it could think I'm asleep
while you're awake,
while I'm awake.
yeah, that's interesting. I mean, that'd be hard because then you'd have to have someone watching you, and you'd be like, I'm awake,
No,
because you can't like get up and write down the time that you're awake, because then the watch will definitely know you're awake
correct.
at that point.
But like I just know like how like there's times like I know like I've been like conscious essentially for like hours just laying in my bed.
Yeah. See, I don't get that because I don't have a problem at all falling asleep. I can fall asleep even if I wake up in the middle of the night. I can fall back asleep very quickly. But I just do wake up, and I do remember. So outside of the watch, I do remember waking up probably at least 3 to 4 times in the middle of the night. Every single night, at least 3 to 4, if not more. And then the watch will tell me, he's like, oh no, you were up like 7 or 8 times. And I'm like, well, that's probably why I feel like shit in the morning though.
Yeah.
So then my thought is like, is it my sleeping conditions, be that the room weather conditions or the actual bed? And I know my bed sucks ass, so I'm sure that plays a big part in it. Or is there like something else like mentally or stress-wise involved as well? Which maybe it's a combination of all of it. I don't know.
And then alcohol.
That's true too. And I do try to not drink within like an hour or so. And I know you're supposed to stop drinking way before then even.
Your body gets yanked out of REM once you've processed the alcohol, basically.
Which is interesting.
Like you can't go into REM with alcohol in your system or something. I don't know the science behind it, but
which is interesting because I feel like if I drink a lot, I sleep really good.
Yes, but you just don't like REM cycle normally.
Okay.
So like even though like you were technically not conscious for a long period of time, you still feel like
You still low groggy and tired
because your REM isn't cycling normally.
That makes sense.
I guess.
That adds up for me. I get it. Yeah.
But you can like, sleep for a long time.
Well, because right. So
Right.
that's what I was saying. So like that's why I'm saying I would put myself in your category whatsoever. Like not even on the spectrum because when I wake up, I can just like close my eyes and fall back asleep, no problem. You, it's like at 4:30 in the morning. If you're up, you're up.
Yeah. I'm like, well,
guess we're starting the day. Yeah. No, at 4:30, I'm like, fuck this. I've got a couple hours. I'll just roll back over and I'll at least get another hour and a half of sleep.
I can't remember what day it was this week, but it was like I got that pretty bad. It was like 2 or 2:30 in the morning, and I was like,
fuck.
I woke up and I was like really thirsty, and I was like, well, I'm awake. Fuck it, might as well get up. And I went downstairs, and Ginny also got up. Like it was time for her to go out. And I'm like, no, it's 2:30. Go back to bed.
Yeah, you're fine. I don't need you on my schedule.
No.
Dang. So do you still like take it super chill, or are you like, oh, might as well play a video game, or might as well watch some YouTube, or like do you try and be kind of active when you wake up like that, or are you like?
It depends.
Yeah.
I think if I'm like pretty tired and if I'm tired and I'm not like frustrated about it, I'll just like chill in bed. Or I'll like, because I have my iPad on my desk and I'll like watch something or whatever.
Okay.
But when it's happening like often, like a few days in a row, that's when I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah. And
just getting up.
Right. That makes sense.
So like I'll get up and like work, or I'll play like video games or something, and then I'll like try to take a nap a couple times throughout the day, and then it'll be fine.
Fuck, dude.
It's just like, I don't know. It just is what it is for me.
But when they finally come out with those, what do they call them? They're basically like putting your mind in robot bodies. That's going to be the life for you.
Like the surrogate stuff?
Yeah, surrogate. You're going to be like, finally, I can get some sleep and just turn my mind off.
It's funny because I was like, this weekend, we didn't have anything to do. And I was like, man, I'm so excited to get some sleep. And then come Saturday, I was up at 5 a.m.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Just weird being like, man, I can finally sleep in. And then.
No, it fucking sucks. I can't imagine.
I'm exhausted this week. I'm going to be able to sleep. It's great.
Nope.
5 a.m. Well, time for some cold brew.
Guess we're staying exhausted.
Cold brew and zombies.
Speaking of frustrating, I'm just saying.
What are you on about?
Zombies.
Oh, yeah. I was moving past it. I was gone.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, no, zombies. Damn, it's fucking... Especially this last game we played, we were right there.
We're right there.
We were right there. We got it.
Yeah,
it's just things got to line up,
Yeah.
But
I was thinking we'd try to explain Easter eggs and zombies, but there's just no.
I tried to explain it a little bit to Jack today, and it was like, I can't even. There's meatballs. It's frustrating.
Well, even without like explaining the specific steps of an Easter egg, it's like hard to explain why, or like how an Easter egg works. Like it's just because it's just so random unless you're like doing it.
Yeah, I mean, at a very, very base level, right? It's like there's waves of zombies, and you have specific tasks that you need to complete.
Yeah.
And once you complete all the tasks that are hidden in the game, they're not like easily accessible.
Yeah, it's just so weird.
It's very weird.
but it is like a very satisfying experience, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Learning a map and learning like the Easter egg steps and everything, and like going from like the first time that you loaded up the map and started playing, it's like very overwhelming. It's like sensory overload. You're like, I don't know where anything is, what anything is doing. A lot of it's not very like intuitive towards like you think a COD like multiplayer map, it's fairly intuitive.
Absolutely.
You might not know where all the rooms are, all the different paths, and how it's laid out exactly, but it's very intuitive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Like it's like the whole 3-lane formula kind of thing.
Yep.
Zombies, it's like
good luck. Good luck. Nope, I don't. Yeah, 100%. I don't know.
But now I could like play it with my eyes closed almost.
Right. Yeah. Like I think of like the one that you had me do as the beast, like grappling up and then like mailing the box. It was like, what an odd thing to like grapple up to that is like really not like in a significant part of the map. It's just it's so fucking weird. Yeah. It's one of those things that like when that game came out, I can't imagine how long it took people to figure that out.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
You should go back and watch like the speed runs of it, because especially now that you've kind of got like in your mind how everything works.
Yeah, it'll probably
where
help.
Everything's at. And then watching the speed run, you're like, okay, they're doing this. I recognize that part of it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And honestly, even when you sent me, it wasn't his speed run, but what was the streamer that the video was that you sent me?
Noah's.
Yeah, Noah. That's what I thought. Yeah. So even just watching that, and I was like, oh, like at that time, I was like, oh, okay, yep. I know exactly where he's here. Yeah, I know exactly where he's going right now. Like, so, but even more so now that we're so much like deeper into it.
Yeah. Now you've done the flag step and everything.
Jesus. Yeah. It's such a thing. I really should too, because I feel like it would also give me better strategies to implement as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it is a lot of fun. It's a good time. It's all it's all the above. It's a good time. It's fucking stressful and it's fucking frustrating.
Yeah, for sure.
But good shit for sure. Nah, we'll beat it. We'll beat it. It's just a matter of one. Just a matter of one.
Yeah. Easy.
Easiest thing I've ever done. Before we finish these guys and open these next guys, how do you feel about, since this is our Halloween episode, how do you feel about COD's update? I've talked about it with Sal more than I've talked about it with you, really.
I haven't played the zombies mode yet.
Was fucking serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, then we definitely got to do that tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's a good time. That's fun. Have you watched people play it?
Yes.
Okay. So you get the idea then.
Yeah, I'm familiar. It looks fun.
Yeah.
I don't love. So I played the night mode once.
Mm-hmm.
Played a solos game because I was like
that's gotta be rough.
A couple nights ago was like my first time like actually getting back onto Warzone.
Yeah.
For a few weeks, I think.
Right.
I did like the Halloween loot stuff, but that was it. I didn't actually play a game really.
You're just getting crates.
And then I did a solo game at night, and I was just like, I don't really like this.
Well, first off, nighttime solos alone is a bit rough, but at night, fuck that. That's fucking rough. So Sal and I have done trios matches with just us two, and that is pretty good fun. It
looks cool, but it's just so hard to see anything.
It is, especially when people are my operator. You're just the fucking tiny black chick.
Yes.
You just can't. There are times where I literally don't see the person, but I see their little name tag. Yeah. And I'm like, I guess I'll shoot. I can't see them.
And the zombies too, at least from what I've seen. And it's hard to always judge what you see because it's like the bit rate and everything is just so different. Everything's so compressed down. but the zombies look very hard to see. It's because they move so fast and jump and everything. I don't know.
No, the zombie mode is a lot easier than just normal night war.
I'm sure that's true. I'm just saying. Like,
No, but no. So they're not that difficult to see.
Okay.
They're very audible at that too.
That's probably true.
And so they have a jumping ability that they jump really fucking far or high, and it's really fucking loud when they do that. So it's like, and they also have like they like shit fire when they jump. So
that blue smoke.
So
thing,
it's you definitely have an idea of where they're at, and if you see that, you can see them. So, I don't know.
It does look fun. It does look fun. It looks like constant action, which is nice. It just I'm not sold on like how dark it is.
Yeah, no, I think for zombies, especially since like at least personally, I take that a little bit more lightheartedly, like just kind of like having fun, fucking around. That's a good time. Nighttime Warzone is fun. It's like a cool spin on things, but it is definitely hard.
Yeah, I think I would rather, like, if I'm gonna play in the nighttime, I'd rather play zombies.
Absolutely, yeah. Again, I think it's fun to at least try like a few times and like fuck around with it, not in solos. But yeah. So no, zombies is good. It's fun. The first time Sal and I played it, like we didn't know how it was gonna work, and first off, it was terrifying because we didn't know where zombies were, how many there were, and we also like they didn't explain the fact that it's like when you die as a like they didn't explain until you got in there. It's like, okay, you are facing everyone else. You're not facing zombies.
Yeah,
you're facing their teams.
Other teams.
Yeah, and then when you die, you turn into a zombie, but you can get the little antidotes and turn back into human. Yeah, and you can get stuck in that loop for a long fucking time.
Oh yeah,
like Sal the other night. Sal got stuck in that where I had finally died, and then Circle was really fucking small, which it's already a lot smaller than it normally is.
Yep.
And he's just like fucking in this hate loop of like human zombie. Like every time he spawns as a zombie, he'll get like antidotes right away, and then every time he spawns as a human, he fucking died right away. And so it's a little bogus in that regard, where you can just kind of keep going without really dying.
Yep.
I don't know. I kind of wish it would. I would love to see like Verdansk map. And it's just like your team in a map and a fuck ton of, kind of just like zombies mode, just like a fuck ton of zombies that you're facing, just waves of zombies. I would personally just love to just have Warzone zombies. Like,
yeah, I just don't know how you do it with that size. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what it would be nuts.
You could.
I would love that.
I mean, the closest thing to that is the World War Z game.
Oh, okay.
Where it's kind of open world-esque.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Like
really,
open world zombie game, they don't really have that. I haven't played that game, but
yeah, World War Z is the closest, and it's like massive hordes.
Is that the one that you have downloaded?
Maybe.
You have a zombie game, and I can't remember what it is.
It might be World War Z.
Okay.
I've never played it.
So I like Left 4 Dead a lot. Like that's a great game, but it's very just mission oriented.
Well, I think World War Z is also pretty mission oriented.
Okay.
But like I said, I don't know. I've never played it.
Right.
I don't think I might have played Left 4 Dead. I did play Left 4 Dead a couple times, but I played the like multiplayer, not the campaign.
Yeah, that's all I've ever really played with people is the. Well, no, I guess we played co-op campaign.
No, we
not
played like
multiplayer.
the versus.
Okay.
Stuff.
Yeah, no, we always do like the multiplayer campaign, and it's a lot of fun.
That does look fun.
Yeah, that's good time. And what we got it on sale. There was one time. I could see if I could still find it on Steam. We might still have it if my brother has that login or not. But thank you. We got it on sale. It was like I think it was 4 games for $15. So like one person in our friend group bought it, and then we all paid him like $5, and it's basically like $5 a game, and then one person gets it for free.
Yeah.
So it was like, that's a hell of a fucking deal.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So we were set on that for a while, but that's an old game.
Yeah.
It's pretty old.
It really is.
Like that's Xbox 360. Like that's high school. And you're talking like 10 years ago at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Nuts. Over 10 years, probably. Well, Probably right around there, I
have
guess.
no idea. Could look it up.
If only we had the internet at our disposal. So, yeah. That's a fun game. I feel like it is cheap right now in general. And then if you can catch a sale for it.
So Left 4 Dead, the first one was 2008.
There you go. Jesus Christ. 12 years old.
And then Left 4 Dead 2, 2009. So that's really only 1 year apart?
Ah, that's crazy. They're both good games. Left 4 Dead 2 is a lot more light. Like, it's not as dark, which I don't like. There's a lot more nighttime in the first game.
Yeah.
That's what sucked about the second one. That was like my only beef with the second game is it just wasn't scary enough. But daytime's not scary, you know?
It's true.
Yeah. I kind of wish the jump scares in Warzone in the crates, I kind of wish those weren't spoiled for me. I would have liked a real initial reaction to one of those. That would have been kind of funny.
They're still pretty,
No, they actually don't get me. I don't know if this happens for you, but my game lags like half of a second before
so
it happens.
You know it's coming.
Yeah, you know it's coming.
But it is loud,
Yes, it's loud. And it like if I'm running by a crate as I open it or doing something like that, or if I'm like actively looking around, it'll get me then because I'm like moving around, so I won't notice the lag then.
Yeah.
So
But yes, the lag does
kind of gives it away.
gives it. Yeah.
It does give it away.
I noticed that too when I think I even thought I knew that was happening when it first had the jump scare. I was like,
Oh yeah.
lag, and I was like, oh, bet this is the jump scare coming, and then sure enough,
I think that was kind of my thought too. I was like,
oh,
my initial
that's
thought,
a noise,
right?
And then I was like, but
All right, cool. I think my initial reaction in the matter of half a second was, what the fuck? Why did I get this crate already? And I was like, oh wait, and then the noise. And
yeah,
so it like kind of scared me like a little bit, but it was like, I kind of knew that was about to happen. But I think they did a good job. Like with the event in general, I think they did a good job.
Outside of the loot on the train and in Superstore, I agree.
Well, yeah. So I think Superstore they fucked up. I think the train is just kind of like, hear me out. Like,
I think part of the problem was both of us didn't get notified that we picked it up, so maybe we did get it on the very first crate.
No, I know I did. There was a time where
Maybe it wasn't you who was, maybe it was PJ. But
I was talking with you.
you.
It didn't give me the banner. Like
That's what I was saying.
yeah, it didn't give me the banner. I think it did give me a little bit of like red or orange flare out of the crate because you know how all the crates give like that black party shit.
But I don't look for that.
Fair
That's the
enough.
issue.
I think mine did give a little bit of orange shit.
Okay.
And so I was like, I think I literally got the crate and I was like, did I just get it? And then I hit select because that's the difference between you and me too, right? Is I at that time already knew you could hit select and check.
Well, I was just going.
Yeah, you weren't like thinking, oh, I need to check.
Yeah, I was just like zooming.
Right.
I hit 4.
Do I take this? I don't know.
A political call. My first game,
Yeah.
I got 4 of the loots.
Oh wow.
Second game, got 4 of the loots.
Jesus Christ, dude. You were
Third
going
game,
hard.
I got 3.
I had a way harder time than you.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was zooming.
Yeah, so you were that wasn't on your mind to like check because you were like,
Correct.
I got it, and I see it every time.
Yes, I was just
Makes
plunder.
way more
hit as
sense.
many crates as I can until the banner came up, and I was just going.
Yeah, that makes
vehicles
way more
die,
sense.
get anything to get to the next spot, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just zooming, waiting for the banner.
Yeah.
And then the train thing happened, and I hit the train like 3 matches, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked at it, sure enough, I had it, and I was like, so if it really was like 100% of the time, any crate you opened on the train, if you didn't have it, you got it, then I'm like, okay. But if it wasn't 100%, like you had hit more than one crate on the train, I'm like, that's probably bullshit. So I don't know. But Superstore was like, there's like 4 crates that spawn, and there's like 50 people. It's just
And
so
it's, and it's not like all of the crates are going to have it
took
100%
me
of the
like
time.
8 crates to get it.
Totally. Yep. Same.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
it took me a lot.
if it was 100% of the time at Superstore too, wouldn't have been that big of a deal because it's like less people would jump there because they got it.
Yep, absolutely. Because that was the thing, right? Because everyone's dropping because A, that's just where you drop. B, everyone's trying to get this loot that they can't fucking get because they keep dying even after they get 1 or 2 crates. They'll die, and then that was me. Like I would get like 2 crates and I would die, or I would get no fucking crates and I would die. Like it was just a whole thing.
I was surprised too that there wasn't one on Train Station because that's a relatively new area.
And that's actually what I thought. I thought it was Train Station or like at the just area on the map, the train spot. Yeah. And then I saw it was like location varies. I was like, oh, thank God. It's just on the train.
But yeah, I thought Train Station would be pretty good.
Agreed.
But no.
Nah.
I like Train Station. I like that might be a place to drop because I enjoy.
There's some good loot there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like a cool area. Like there's a lot of like elevation and cool fights that happen. Like
yes.
Got like a good mix of like protection and open areas, I feel like.
Yeah. Sal and I ended up going train on we ended up on train, I should say, one of the zombie games we played, and that was actually really fucking cool. Because you're surrounded, but there's so much elevation change that it kind of creates like an even match for people. Yeah. So it's not like you're just gonna like get hoarded by zombies and die.
Yeah. You can jump inside the train station. You got buildings around you. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff. But
yeah, absolutely. No, it's cool. I'm down to drop there more. So my first match going in, I got I think 2 because I dropped Hospital and I didn't like realize what was happening. Yeah, like the first game I played, and so I got like I got Hospital. And I was like, oh, okay, and then I got one other one. What actually gave me a lot of trouble because I'm a fucking idiot is the lumber. Because I didn't see on the left side that it said lumber. I just looked on the map part of it, and the little square was like between lumber and I think it was honestly more on farmland than it was lumber. And so I was scouring farmland for this fucking crate, and it was just like a little bit more north in lumber.
You probably hit like 1 crate in lumber. And
I got it. Yep. I was like, God damn it. That's 100% what happened. I was so pissed.
Where do you think I dropped first?
Prison.
No.
Where'd you go?
Damn.
Oh, really?
I wanted the orange watch.
Oh yeah, that watch is dope.
It's more yellow than it's like in the picture. It looks orange, and
it's still kind of
orange. It's more yellow.
I think
it's more yellow.
It is more yellow.
It's more yellow than it shows in the picture. Like the picture looks orange.
Yeah,
and it's like
100%.
an orange yellow.
No, you're totally right. Yeah, honestly, you should be able to change the color of it, but whatever. Yeah, it's fine. Call of Duty.
There's a green one in the battle pass. It looks cool.
Oh, same kind of deal where it like projects it. That's cool.
I just like orange, so you know.
Isn't that the one that cheats? There's a bug with one of the watches. Is that the one?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what the bug is.
I forget
but yes, there's a bug.
I forget what it was. It tells you. It tells you if a sniper is looking in your direction or something like that. It has to do with snipers aiming ADS at you.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. I can't remember what exactly the bug is, but I know it has to do with like snipers being ADS at you.
I don't know.
So, but anyways, let's get to this beer. Yeah.
Anywho, sure.
Okay.
Why not?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I mean, it's a good time too, since it's cold, fresh.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Less soapy.
100%. Look. Pretty goldy orange.
It's got a medium haze.
Yeah. Goldy orange. Medium haze. It's very soapy head. Look at the top of both of our rims right now. Mm-hmm. Pure soap.
Mm-hmm.
Pure soap head, buddy. Smell. I haven't really... Well, actually, that's not true. I gave it a good smell when I first poured it because as I poured it and set it down, I got an accidental whiff, and I was like, that smells really nice. What are you getting? Oh, yeah. Get some can action in there.
Oddly, I get more like citrus.
Same.
And then hop.
That's 100% what I got, especially when I first poured it.
Primarily citrus.
Yep.
But that's not the forefront of the taste. That's what makes it odd.
Absolutely. No, I'm right there with you because I was just as surprised. I was surprised when I took my first sip because I smelt it first.
You're like, this is gonna be juicy.
I poured it and I set it down, and as I was sitting here talking to you, I was like, "What the fuck? Like, that smells good." And yeah, and then upon taste, I was like, "Whoa, it's a herbal boy," but not mad. I like it. Just deceptive is all. So let me taste. We're already jumping in there.
Just kind of covered it.
Yeah.
Herbal, hoppy, and then kind of a backbone of citrus. Yeah. Totally.
It's and you're probably with me. I'm partial to this because it's not on the sweeter end. It's definitely more on the bitter, hoppy end of the IPA scale, if you will.
Yep.
So not mad about that. I want more IPAs. I should mute that. I want more IPAs like this. I feel like even some of like the ones that I really enjoy that are citrusy and sweet, it's like I like those, but I just feel like I don't get a lot of these nice bitter hoppy beers.
Yep.
I don't know. Like thinking about what I said, and I feel like it sounds fucking stupid, but
it should sound stupid, but it doesn't sound stupid. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it should be like, what the fuck are you on about? Like IPAs are hoppy, but like, I think part of it's we're coming out of summer. Got a lot of those hazy boys and all that stuff that we always talk about, where it's like, okay, chill.
I like me a fall IPA where it's just bitter, crisp and hoppy, not really sweet and juicy. Like I like to have those quite often, actually.
Good mix.
Yeah. I always think I think I bring this up every time. The epitome of like a beautiful West Coast bitter IPA is Stone's Delicious IPA. That's such a solid beer that I actually have been struggling to find lately.
Costco, bro.
Yeah? Well,
Costco sells their huge Stone packs.
I'm going to have to ask you to pick one up for me then, because
Sure.
I don't have one of those. And I fucking love that shit.
You can go to Costco with us sometime. You'll understand then.
No, I mean, there's no needed understanding. I get it. I'm just not gonna fucking pay for the membership.
No, I'm saying you'll understand why I brought home like a billion beer.
It's like, how do you not?
Yeah,
right.
You'll be like, oh, yeah,
right. Yeah, no, I think right now I'm 50-50, or I'm like, I mean, good job, and I feel the same way, but probably wouldn't do that myself. But in the moment, if I'm there, yeah, you're probably right. I'd feel the same way. Feel for this beer. I feel like it's a little unique given the herbal taste. I don't know, maybe unique isn't the right word for it, but it's a little different than we've been having lately. I don't feel like it's just like it's a medium body, I feel like there's more depth to the feel.
I think it's a medium body, but I do think that there is some sugary coatness that's happening to the mouth. And then the head of the beer, like it stays around and it's not pleasant necessarily.
Yeah, I'll give you that. If there's anything to really,
it's not like smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's anything to really criticize about the beer, it's the head for sure.
Yep.
So, your turn to talk while I think and type.
I'll also, say it's, and this probably does contribute to it. It's a little flat. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. No, it really is. And honestly, that like bitter bite kind of tricks you into thinking it is more carb than it actually is. But
it's a little flat.
It's a little flat. That was very perceptive of you. Little flat. Thoughts? Any thoughts on this bad boy?
No.
No.
I think all of my thoughts are really geared towards the critique section. And it's the head, the flatness of the beer, the soapiness of it. And it's hard to, those qualities of the beer are very hard for your brain to like move past.
Which sucks, right? Because it's got really good flavor to it.
Yes, exactly.
So
The flavor's great, but like the texture just throws you off.
yeah, I'm as much as I do. Oh wow, licking your lips is very unpleasant. Oh my god, I think they did put soap in this beer.
You just taste soap.
Yeah, it's like pure soap. Soap on the lips. There's my thoughts. No, comma, soap on the lips. Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know, man.
It sucks. No, it just sucks, right? Because you're like, I want to like this beer
More than I do.
more than I end up doing.
Because it is a good beer, and like if this was sitting in my fridge, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna drink that, and it's going to be good, and I'm stoked on it.
Just
you
wait.
put a fuck ton, and
Just wait till they have to rate it in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say 2 minutes, but yeah,
Less than 2 minutes.
less than 2 minutes.
It's easy for me. Like it sucks, but it's easy. It's just so easy. It just is what it is. We made our scale objective, so it's like, or as objective as
I'm
we
torn,
can try to make it.
and I shouldn't be torn because there's the two ratings. I'm gonna give 2 ratings. Is that allowed?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's our podcast, so.
I'm gonna give 2 ratings.
Should we take a vote on it?
My
votes count as 2.
What? What does it even mean? Oh, so you're saying you just say yes or no after I post it? Sure. You can decide which one of my 2 is correct. I'll allow that. It's our podcast. All right. So I'll just go first then. I'm saying it's both, and it's stupid because they're so close together, but I feel so specific about it. I'm saying it's both a 3 and a 2.9. And I can't pick because I feel like, and here's where my dilemma is.
Let me give my rating because mine's a 3.
Okay.
And I already wrote it down.
Yes.
And then I'll let you sway me to allow your 2.9.
Sure, go ahead.
It's clearly in the fine category. There's just no getting around it.
Yes.
Because our definition of fine is the concept is there, but it's not well executed. And
Literally
this
beer.
Literally the definition. Like,
yeah.
100% the concept is there. If it didn't have the soapiness, like it would be up in the A category.
You know what I did is I read that and I went one up from there and I went, nah.
Yeah, no.
Stops there.
So above 3, which is 3 to 3.5, the B good is solid. Concept is there and it's well executed. And you're like, it's just not well executed.
Exactly.
It's unfortunate.
Yep.
Because I really want to like it. It's a really good beer.
Yeah.
Other than its bad qualities.
Yeah.
But it's the bad qualities are so prevalent.
Yeah.
That it does affect how you perceive this beer. It's unescapable. Which maybe if I didn't comment on the soapy thing,
No,
I don't know.
It's there, and I'm telling you, like I licked my lips on, and it was like, whoa, that's the soap right there. That stuck around to fuck around a little bit. Didn't like that.
Anyways, tell me about your 2.9.
So this was my thought behind the 2.9, where it's like, I think, okay, concept is there, not well executed. Like we said, it's clearly in that fine category. I don't think it can be pushed up to a B.
Yep.
And so my thought was, I'm like, this is a really good beer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think 3, but then I think, okay, so 3, it necessarily could share the same grade with something that is a solid and concept is there and well executed. I'm like, I don't think it deserves that extra push. I'm with you. I think the qualities that are holding it back hold it back enough that I don't think you should say 3 and someone will go, is that good or fine? I think you should say 2.9. I'm like, it's just in that fine category. There's no debate at that point.
So I understand what you're saying, and I personally would tend to agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
However, being devil's advocate, and I probably agree with the devil's advocate on this part, is that I think of the concept is, it's not just well developed. The concept is like,
what's there?
They nailed the flavors of the beer. Like, it's everything I want in a fresh hop beer that's like going for that herbal, but citrus kind of flavors.
You're right.
So like it's clearly evident they were going for that taste and they nailed the taste.
Right.
So it's not, the concept isn't just like kind of around, I get where you're going. It's like, no, I know where you're going. Like, I know exactly where this beer should have ended up.
Yes.
You missed the mark, but I knew, like, if you just readjusted a little bit, you would have hit that bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of pushes it up to the 3 for me, as well as if I'm Jack, right?
Mm-hmm. How's this beard?
It's good.
There you have it.
I just, the reason why I think it fits well in the 3 is, even though I agree, it's like, it's a solid in that 2.5 to 3 category, is I think that I don't want to get in my own head.
Yeah.
Which is why I said you got to drink it quick too. Is like,
right.
You'll really start to get in your own head if it gets a little warm.
Yeah, no, I get it, and so that's why I'll agree with you on my final grade or my final rating at a 3, where I think what convinces me that you said is how solid that concept is.
Yeah, and
how much like the flavors of the actual concept of this beer, they're fucking great. It's exactly what we want. It's beautiful. It's nice and hoppy and herbal and bitter. It's not overly sweet, but at the same time still has a good citrus backbone like we talked about. It really is just the flavors, like these changes we want to make, these, more or less minute details that we want to change that would make it better. But at the same time, that's why we can't rate it higher.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fair. We both agree it's very clearly in that fine category, and I'll agree with you that it is at that 3. So, good beer. Would totally drink again. Would probably, buy this beer. I
have plenty.
Yeah, you sure do. It's a really good beer. And I'm sure you're not mad about having to drink more of it.
No, I think I've drank probably 3 or 4 of these already. Like, I'm not opposed to drinking these by any means.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate what it turned out to be.
Totally. Yeah.
But like, a better example is the 7 Seas Yakima Valley.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even considered buying that again.
No,
or wanting to drink it again.
Yep, 100%. I also agree with you.
Like, if we went to 7 Seas and we got 3 or 4 beers, I'm probably not even considering ordering the Yakima Valley.
No. No. I would really get Willie Mays 3 times in a row.
Exactly.
Before I got that. You're
getting the beer for pints that we haven't had before, and then you're a couple Willie Mazes, or maybe a Rude Parrot, or Nomadic if you're feeling so inclined.
I don't love the Rude Parrot. I would much rather have a Total Domination.
The Total Domination is the best beer in that style, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, and the Rude Parrot is just very okay. I never...
We've just become 7 Seas haters. Like, let's just be honest.
I know. And I'm sorry, because I love 7 Seas. I love the people that work there. I love the brewery style. for a while there, sure did love a lot of the beer that they were pumping out, and they were keeping it pretty fresh. Probably not as often as E9, but they were keeping it pretty fresh.
Yep.
And now, and maybe it's because of COVID,
Could
but I don't know. Like we said before, I look at E9. They still stood strong throughout COVID and just had all this new beer turning over all the time. So you're brewing something, right? So why not brew something new?
Or just, I mean, like I felt like they were going that direction when they're like, hey, we're making the nomadic cryo hop.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Cool. More experimental shit.
Like, even if you keep on the same recipes, but you play around with things a little bit more, you're like, hey, this Willie Mays, we swapped out these hops. You know, like you just did that kind of stuff. Then you keep it fresh and exciting. But even if it's not great, like I've been an advocate that the nomadic was worse when they introduced the cryo hops. It wasn't the same beer anymore.
But you appreciated it.
But yeah, I was like, I'm glad that you guys are mixing it up. It's really cool. And like we went out, got the badges, got the glasses for it. Like it was like a cool experience that
it was a good beer.
And we wanted to invest in them doing that. And then like here we are.
Yeah.
That was it.
And you know what? And not to shit on it too much even further, but I think I would rather go to Elysian at this point than Seven Seas.
Yeah.
You know? That kind of sucks. And nothing, I guess, against Elysian, but like, I mean, what? I think Elysian's owned by fucking Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, I'm pretty sure. Whoever owns Goose Island owns Elysian. I think it's Anheuser-Busch.
That was like recent, right? Like I think we covered that on the podcast or something.
No,
not like in the last couple months. I mean,
within
like
the last 5 years.
Yeah,
2 to 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, which for the record, we do need to make trips up to Seattle probably sometime and check out some breweries. Oh, fuck you.
Post-COVID.
What does that even mean?
Post-COVID.
You don't know.
Yeah, I do.
You don't know.
Yeah, I do.
They might not all be like, what's their face?
No, they are.
You don't
It's
know.
Seattle, bro. It's Seattle.
I don't know.
I'm with you. I would like I want to do like it'd be fun to do like pints in Seattle for like a month. And
yeah, it'd be cool.
And by a month, I mean we go up and we drink 4 beers
On like
and
a day or two.
A day. Maybe we do pints in Seattle for 2 months and we just take 2 weekends and then we drink 4 beers.
4 beers each. Yes.
Each go.
Yes.
And then Elizabeth and Renee are driving, obviously, and they won't drink that many beer because
they can't anyways.
We'll go to 2 places each time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have 2 beers at each place.
Yep.
And
so now we're talking 8 beers total.
No,
we're in it to win it, is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying one Saturday we do 4 beers, so we do 2 at Elysian and 2 at
Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
We do 2 at Elysian and then 2 at Lowercase, and then the next Saturday.
Stoop.
And then the next Saturday we do 2 at Stoop and we do 2 at Georgetown.
Can do.
Right?
Yeah.
Post-COVID.
Fight me. If that exists.
Well, yeah, it'll exist. It'll take a couple. So theoretically, if the election was solved, is that Tuesday?
Hear me out. Who do you think is going to end COVID lockdowns sooner, Trump or Biden?
So here's the thing. After the election, which is...
Podcast is over, by the way. You can get the fuck out of here if you want. Go ahead.
After the election, right, which is when this podcast releases.
Right. Oh, ooh, interesting.
Crazy.
Go whoever wins.
You can no longer politicize COVID.
Excuse me?
You're not gaining anything from politicizing COVID.
Yes.
They're not gaining anything from saying
won.
Trump killed these 200,000 people, and then Trump's not gaining anything from saying Biden's wanting to lock down your entire country. Like, there's no political points to be scored anymore.
Okay.
So theoretically, it just goes away. And if you are saying, how could you politicize COVID? I don't know. Ask the government. They're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus.
Don't ask me.
How can you? What? No, you know what? What a dumbass
No,
fucking question.
People literally will say that to me.
What a
They're
dumbass fucking question.
Why would you politicize this?
I
like, well, it's
didn't.
politicized.
I didn't. They
Yeah,
did.
the government's the one putting these actions on you, so it is political. Sorry.
Exactly. Did you see
in,
the numbers?
in a real world, it wouldn't be political, but welcome to our world where it is.
Did you see the survival rate for every age group?
Yeah, it's like 0.
It's over.
I mean, 100. It's like
I was going to
100.
say, excuse me.
It's
it's over
I don't-
95% for every age group.
for our age
No.
group. It's like
it's 99 point something high.
It's just stupid.
I think they're all 99 except
I'm
for
more
like 70
likely
plus.
to die in a car accident tomorrow than ever from COVID.
I think.
Um,
Yeah.
Regardless.
Anyways.
So theoretically, COVID would end on Tuesday. However, with all the mail-in voting and COVID and all this shit, it's going to take like a billion years for the election to actually officially get decided by all the lawyers that are going to involve. So we're like
January 1st, we're talking.
So we're like a week, and then probably like a month or two out. So yeah, probably like 2021, we'll know. Like COVID will just magically be like, okay, we're done.
That's what we've been saying. What is what we've been saying. We've been nothing is going to change. All of the sudden, everything's just going to be open. We're just dealing with it.
Which at this point, it's going to be paired along with the election cycle. No matter who wins, it's just going to be like, okay, we're done.
Yes.
Because it's no longer useful.
Right.
So here we are.
Exactly. Right. And guess what?
You just wait. When the election's decided and COVID opens up, I'll be here.
I'll be there.
And if I'm wrong, won't remember this conversation, but if I'm right. I think I'm right.
Probably right. All right, guys. This has been another episode of Two Beards Podcast. Tell us what you think about your fresh hop choices this year, because I'm sure there's a lot of fresh hops that you guys get that we can't get in your area.
Do you even go to the grocery store?
Do you even go to the grocery store? Are you afraid of dying from COVID? Turns out you should be 99% not afraid. So
Probably more than that.
probably more than that.
If you're drinking a beer,
you're fine, because alcohol kills germs.
yeah,
That's just facts.
fact.
Like, comment, subscribe. See you later.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that. See you later.
Get out of here.
Bye.